Hello there, and welcome to our lesson for Quarter 4, Lesson 5. Organizing data using appropriate graphs. Prepare the following: a paper and a pen for you to write your answers or solutions for the problems later on. And remember, you can always pause and play this video whenever necessary. You can even go back or visit the portion of this video to clarify some things for mastery purposes. I hope that you are all excited for this. So, let's hop in! So what is our objectives for this lesson? At the end of this lesson, students will be able to define histogram and ogive, differentiate histogram and ogive, and display data graphically and interprets graph. So our topic for this video is all about histograms and ogives. By the way, what is histogram? A histogram is a graphical representation that organizes a group of data points into user-specified ranges. A histogram is a graphical display of data using bars of different heights. In a histogram, each bar groups numbers into ranges. Taller bars show that more data fall in that range. A histogram displays the shape and spread of continuous sample data. Now, what are the parts of a histogram? So this is our title. This one is the grid line, while this one is the bar. And this one is our class. And the label is this. And the last one is this, our scale. How to make a histogram. So this is our guidelines in making histograms. First is, draw a horizontal line. This will be where we denote our classes. Second, place evenly spaced marks along this line that correspond to the classes. Third, label the marks so that the scale is clear and give a name to the horizontal axis. Fourth, draw a vertical line just to the left of the lowest class. Fifth, choose a scale for the vertical axis that will accommodate the class with the highest frequency. Sixth, label the marks so that the scale is clear and give a name to the vertical axis. And lastly, construct bars for each class. The height of each bar should correspond to the frequency of the class at the base of the bar. We can also use relative frequencies for the heights of our bars. Now, let's proceed to our next graph, which is ogive, also known as cumulative histogram. So what is ogive? Ogive is a graph that can be used to determine how many data values lie above or below a particular value in a data set. Ogive is calculated from a frequency table by adding its frequency to the total frequencies of all data values before it in the set. The last value for the ogive will always be equal to the total number of data values, since all frequencies will already have been added to the previous total. How to make an ogive? So this is our guidelines in making an ogive. First is, draw and mark the horizontal and vertical axes. Second, take the cumulative frequencies along the y-axis or vertical axis and the upper class limits on the x-axis or horizontal axis. Remember that the cumulative frequency of the variables is calculated using a frequency table. It is done by adding the frequencies of all the previous variables in the given data set. The result or the last number in the cumulative frequency table is always equal to the total frequencies of the variables. Third, against each upper class limit, plot the cumulative frequencies. Fourth, connect the points with a continuous curve. So there are two methods of ogives. The first one is less than ogive. The frequencies of all preceding classes are added to the frequency of a class. This series is called the less than cumulative series. It is constructed by adding the first class frequency to the second class frequency and then to the third class frequency and so on. The downward cumulation results in the less than cumulative series. The second one is greater than or more than ogive. the frequencies of the succeeding classes are added to the frequency of a class. This series is called the more than or greater than cumulative series. It is constructed by subtracting the first class, second class frequency from the total, third class frequency from that, and so on. The upward cumulation result is greater than or more than the cumulative series. So for example, construct the more than cumulative frequency table and draw the ogive for the below given data. So this is our more than cumulative frequency table. As you can see in the table, there are marks, boundary, frequency, and more than cumulative frequency. Through our cumulative frequency table, we can now make our ogive. So here it is. And now it's your turn. Use the table below to construct a histogram, less than ogive, and greater than ogive. Kindly pause this video while you are making your activity. And this is the answer. Did you get the same answer? Wow! Very good! So this is the end of our lesson. I hope that all our objectives are met, which is you can able to define histogram and ogive, differentiate histogram and ogive, and display data graphically and interprets graph. See you next time. Bye-bye.